Welcome to your new year and welcome to this episode of MindBody TV. If you are serious about manifesting health and wealth this year, tune in because I'm going to show you how to activate your cells, how to activate your manifestation so that your system can create the prosperity you are truly here to live in. So welcome, and I'd love to hear where you're tuning in from in the world and what time is it? Are you listening to this on New Year's Day, or what day is it when you're listening to this? It is not too late to begin your intentions. This time of year is a very potent activation that you may or may not take advantage of to allow a massive cellular reboot, to align to a higher truth and a higher expression of who you are. And that is all what allows a higher manifestation. So are you ready? And share yes in the comments if you are. Welcome to those who are new tuning in. I'd love to hear where you are and how you found this broadcast. And welcome to everybody who's been in this community for so many years and has been tuning in. I love our community and I love you guys, and I'm so glad we're connected. So I am Dr. Kim DMO, and I am really expert in mind-body medicine, how the mind and body are connected, how the body heals itself, and how our electromagnetic body is constantly sending out a signal, manifesting, impacting reality, impacting your environment and other people around you, and that drastically changes what shows up in your life. And we can reverse engineer this. We can intentionally manifest what's showing up in our lives to allow a much higher expression of everything we're experiencing. So this is a great time to tune in because in the new year is already a really potent time to shift your frequency, to shift your consciousness, to manifest something higher. So the first thing I'm going to ask you to do is just take a big deep breath all the way in and let everything go. Because until you've gotten present in your body, nothing new can really happen. So just start tapping on your heart, breathing in and out of this area. We know in science that the electromagnetics of your heart are the most potent energy center in your body. And that when you drop in to feel and sense your heart, you activate manifestation on a higher level. Pretty cool how that happens. If you don't know about that, there are past MindBody TV episodes where I've shared about heart math and really activating that electromagnetic center. So if you haven't seen those, just breathe in and out of your heart. It's the easiest thing you can do, and it activates a shift in your electromagnetic fields. Now, I want to share with you a major sort of 3 points about manifesting. You might have heard ask and it is given. And it seems all very simplistic. Well, I'm just going to intend for this and I'm going to intend for that. And oh, where is it? The most essential piece that's left out of that simplistic equation is sort of right there in the middle. And I call it receive. Ask, be a good receiver, and it is given. And so where a lot of my work focuses on is being a good receiver. Because if we're asking, oh, I'd love to have more money flows. Oh, isn't this great? We receive it. A lot of times we have resistance to the thing we're asking for. So enter in the comments here one thing you're ready to receive this year, whether it's a new experience, loving connection with others, flow of money, ease, freedom, joy in your job, that you love going to work, you do something purposeful that you're really passionate about. It could be anything. These are all things that make us more fully alive, and you are worthy of all of them. So write 1 to 3 of them here in the comments. There's something really powerful when you speak this, when you share this, when you let this be seen, because not only is your system seeing, oh, he's serious about this. Oh, she really means it. But you're allowing that new communication to the world. And watch what happens when you share it. Like, I know for me, it'll be like, oh, I think I'll just keep this one to myself. If it's so big and it's butting up against my own belief systems. So I might have this big intention, and then my belief system says, oh yeah, well, that's like way too high, or, oh, that's never going to happen, or, oh, that's kind of embarrassing. You don't really want that. you usually just keep it unconscious or you just keep it suppressed inside. As soon as you let it be seen, you have already blown away that resistance. You have already found more courage and more willingness that goes beyond the fear, the doubt, and the internal programming. So try it. Like, what have you got to lose? Type it in the comments, 1 to 3 things that you intend to receive this year. Even if it seems too good to be true, even if it seems too big, what are your intentions? Because if it really is that simple, ask and it is given, then why don't you show up to the ask? Just try it, just a little bit. See what happens. Be curious. Take a risk. Have a little courage. Type it in the comments and share it with us, because in this session, I'm going to show you how to be a receiver of that which you are asking for. And so the first step is to ask. So put it in, and then you want to look at everything that comes up when you do. And if nothing's coming up, make it a little bigger. If it's like, oh, I just want to have more peaceful relationships, make it bigger. You want to actually make it bring up the discomfort that's keeping the old stuff in place. So I want to have amazing relationships where I am loved, I am cherished, I am nurtured, I am fed and nurtured and in my wholeness. These relationships make me feel more whole. They inspire me to do even more in the world. And I feel like an amazing person because of these relationships, right? So blow it up, because what it's going to do is it's going to bring up everything unconscious or conscious in your system that is in the way of that. And some of these things you might know, like, oh, I just feel kind of uncomfortable about that. And some of these things you might not know, like, oh, there's this sense of unworthiness, like that's just too much to ask for. Or there's a sense of like, well, I'm no prize package, so where do I get off thinking I can have relationships like that? So sometimes there's thoughts, fears, beliefs, doubts. Sometimes there's assumptions. Well, there's no good men out there, so I know I can't have that. Or I'm already this many years old, so I know I can't have this. Those are just assumptions. What if what's in your heart behind that intention is way bigger than your little tiny minuscule assumptions, beliefs, judgments, ideas that you've carried? And so the second part is like, share what comes up when you acknowledge these big intentions. And again, make them big. Like, I'm going to welcome more money into my life. I have enough to pay the bills. But what if you blow it up? I allow so much freedom, abundance, money flows to me easily. I am worthy. I'm worthy of love, belonging, wealth, abundance, richness, freedom. You want to expand it to the point that it starts to bring up the discomfort, right? Because those are the things to let go of. Okay, so now we're going to take 5 deep breaths into that discomfort, into everything that comes up in you. And if you didn't write them down, write them down. Even if you just write them on a paper for yourself, like, okay, maybe you don't want to share them publicly. Although I strongly encourage you to do this because it's so powerful. But share them in some way. Say it out loud to yourself, maybe if you're driving the car. I intend to experience fill in the blank. Now, what comes up in your body? Either it's 1 or 2 things that'll happen. Either you feel that juicy elixir of that high frequency intention. Oh, it'd be amazing to have work I love, to have it be easy, to connect and communicate with people in my life in a way where I'm really heard, to have money just flow in effortlessly just for showing up and doing what I love to do and am best at. Wouldn't that be amazing? Play the what if game. Get juicy about it. Do you start to feel the higher vibe? Or other thing that happens is it's like a juxtaposition between this high vibe intention and the frequency I'm resonating at. So no better way to bring up those little nuggets of unconscious goo than to set a really high vibe intention and to declare it, right? Say it out loud, write it down, put it in the comments so we can share this with you. No better way to bring up these little gritty things that otherwise go unseen but are still functioning in your system than to bring a high vibe intention. So feel your heart, tune in, tap on your heart. What is it I'm intending this year? I personally am intending to see husband and I work together in greater ways to consciously intend our lives. We talk about stuff a lot, but it's only recently we started like in a very structured way, putting things together, actively moving, into specific action, being each other's accountability partner in that, and just really courageously stepping into it. So that for me is so amazing. And it's something I've wanted for so long. And so we're even in a higher state of our conscious creation together. So is it something in a partnership? Is it something in your health? I love my body. I am partnered with my body throughout my life to manifest and create the joy that brings me even more fully alive, right? Is in a new relationship with your body. So just tap on your heart. Breathe in, breathe out. Take the time to do this. You're activating your electromagnetic field. You're letting your cells know what's possible. We do a lot of this activation in the Embracing Health program, where you literally allow your cellular to release the residue you didn't even know was in there that is blocking manifestation. So just try a little bit of this now. Breathing in, breathing out. And now what does it feel like to let that in? Can you vibe at that level? Can you, that would be amazing. I would have this, or I would see that, or I would do this, and I would feel like that. Get into it now, because your system does not know the difference between the real and the imagined. And if you can get into the cellular vibration of that intention, even just 2%, you've already begun to manifest it. And then, like I said, the opposite that happens, you actually juxtapose, like, I don't even want to think about that high vibe intention, because it just makes me feel bad of all the ways I can't have it. Maybe you feel it in your solar plexus. All the ways, I'm jealous of people who have it. I don't even want to hear about that. All the ways, yeah, right. That's just too high. I've got to stop being such a dreamer, right? The beliefs, the assumptions, the judgments, and just the sort of electromagnetic goo that's in your system that has you feel like, so you shy away from the intention so that you don't butt up against these sensations. Don't do that. Bring it in. Bring in the high vibe intention and bring up the goo. Let yourself feel it. You're going to take 5 deep breaths into exactly the places where you feel the ew, the God, I can't have that. Or, where does she get off doing that? Or, I'm jealous when people do that. Or, yeah, right, it's so easy. The sarcasm, breathe right in to where you feel that in your body. And if you don't know where you feel it in your body, just breathe all the way down to your belly. 5 deep breaths. That can be all it takes to shift your entire foundation of reality. Let it all go. When you breathe in, relax your shoulders and allow the breath to come all the way into the belly. This is one of the most powerful exercises you can do right now to start your year in the right direction. Let it all go. Your system knows exactly how to release these residues, how to release the faulty beliefs, how to release the electromagnetic goo. You don't need to carry that with you into this next year. So just relax, open your pelvis. You can even move your hips around, move your pelvis to let the breath go even deeper. In yoga, we do asanas, positions, postures, and all they're meant for is allowing the energy to move in a new way, allowing the breath to come even deeper into the body than it was coming before, allowing the breath to come into certain little areas and nooks and crannies in a deeper way than it was flowing before. Why? Because you're electromagnetic. Your body is storing these little energy nuggets of goo and of I can't and of I'll never have that, or even vows I will never allow, blah, blah, blah. Like, who knows where and how we made them, but you can resolve them. You can resolve them right now. Your body only lives in the now, and your breath is your way of accessing that. So breathe in, move your body, open your body so the breath can come right into those spaces where this resistance lies. You let it be dislodged. 5 slow, deep breaths. Anytime you're feeling that resistance, 5 slow, deep breaths. Soften your shoulders. I promise you, if you commit to that this year, it will move. The instant elevation is a great way to do that. You're presencing your body. You're bringing the breath into these areas. You're letting the electromagnetics resolve. Really powerful thing to adopt for this year. All right, so you're intending, you're asking, you're breathing through everything that arises to move that resistance, to become a better receiver. That's the second step. And then it is given. Hey, welcome it in. It already exists as a possibility. Are you a receiver for it? So who are you being in relation to those intentions? Are you like suppressing them? Like, yeah, right, that can't happen. Let me just be practical. Are you asking but not being the receiver? You're asking and resisting at the same time. So it's like, oh, why isn't this working? That's sometimes even more frustrating. Or are you asking and being a receiver? Because one part of being a receiver is non-attachment. When it comes, it comes. I can already be in the vibration of it even before it shows up in the physical. And so how good are you at being a receiver for that intention, even if it hasn't shown up in the physical? Are you practicing that every day? Put it on your mirror, what your number 1 or top 3 intentions are for 2025. And then every day when you're brushing your teeth, be a receiver for that. See if you can get into the vibe of that intention, or let the intention bring up all the ways you're not in the vibration, and you just breathe into that residue. Either way, it is a win. And I promise you, if you practice this every day this year, you will be the most powerful manifester you've ever been in your life. We also are inviting you to join us in Embracing Health. This is my signature program where I work directly with you and you're working with our mentors in small groups to activate your electromagnetic system. See, your electromagnetic system, I'm going to use a page I've used in the past. You are energy and frequency. You are constantly emitting a signal to others and to your environment that directly impact the frequencies around you, directly impact your physical material reality. And this all has to do with what's in your energy center. So those belief systems, those memories, those traumas, your ideas about money. Oh, I have to work hard for money, or there'll never be enough money, or I shouldn't make too much money, or whatever might be in there. It's crazy. But that drives your whole system and drives your manifestation. Because your system, the electromagnetics, are sending that signal, and it will have money be hard to come by. It will have, I always have to work hard. It will have, oh, I'm so busy and overwhelmed, I never have time for myself, show up in your reality. So comment below, have these things shown up in your reality? I never really get what I want. I get what I want, but I have to work really hard for it. There's never enough time for me. There's never enough money. Like, are these things showing up in your reality? I've had people in my program say things like, well, I mean, I know the older I get, the harder I have to work for my health. It's like, what? Why put that in your program? Or why let that stay in your program? What if we put in, the further I go through life, the more wise and resourced and abundant and healthy I become. The more forward I go through life, the easier life is for me. Put that in your program. Put that in your cellular. Put that in your electromagnetic signal and see what happens this year. So there are so many things that you're ready to receive at the electromagnetic level that, yes, will get projected onto the movie screen of your reality and show up in your life. It's just an electromagnetic fact. Are you ready to receive them? Are you ready? And if you are, join us for this year's Embracing Health course. I'll put all the details below. We will be doing some more answering questions We'll do a live workshop to go deeper with this and introduce you to the course. If you know you're ready now, the doors are open. You can jump in and get started with the course. Our mentors are standing by ready to assist you, so you can jump into the group. You'll join the online community and begin activating powerful potency right now. There's a whole welcome series of videos at the start of the course that you can really begin practicing with. Each of them has a powerful, potent activation just while you watch the video that will speak to the deepest levels of your electromagnetic system, and you will see things begin to show up in your life very differently. You are the power. You are the gift. Activate what's in you, and that's really how you light up your world. We're all waiting. I love you guys. Happy New Year. Thank you for showing up today, and thank you for playing with this. Ask, be a receiver for that intention, and it is given. Practice. I love you. I'll be here every Wednesday, and we'll be sharing a new broadcast at 11 a.m. Mountain Time on Wednesdays in the MindBody community and Facebook, in my YouTube channel, Dr. Kim DMO. Be sure to like and subscribe and share this practice with anyone you love as a really great way to kick off their new year with consciousness, with intention, and with power.